the suppression, the use of marijuana.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into Jets Media, powered by BetUS, the number one online sports book. Don't forget to use the code YouTube150 when signing up. All right, let's get into it. We have a breaking news across the NFL that I think is going to impact the New York Jets. Mike McCarthy is out as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Could this indirectly impact the New York Jets? Number one, should the Jets be interested? Number two, does this have any impact on the New York Jets? I think it does, because apparently he's rumored to be linked to the New Orleans Saints. And if that means he's linked to the New Orleans Saints, that has a clear pathway for Aaron Glenn to be the next Jets head coach. Okay? That tells me right there. So a lot to break down in this video. Wildcard weekend is pretty much wrapped up. We got the next game tonight on Monday Night Football, Rams versus Vikings. And I feel like the New York Jets are going to hire a GM by the end of the week, in my opinion. And then we got a head coach I think we'll hire in a week or two. So there's a lot to get into, man. Hit that like button. A lot of people speculating. I have a video later on today about a specific head coach and GM candidate that I wanted to share my thoughts on, that I see a lot of people talking about. I think Mike McCarthy coming to the New York Jets. Listen, I can tell you right now, majority of Jets fans are going to want nothing to do with Mike McCarthy, which is okay. But then you look at Mike McCarthy's resume compared to the resume of the other guys that we're interviewing, and it's like, this guy's a lot better in terms of resume, okay? I still prefer Aaron Glenn. I think someone that has ties to the Jets organization would make sense. Brian Flores, I still prefer. There's some guys I would prefer over Mike McCarthy, but the Jets are interviewing everybody, and it would be pretty interesting to see the Jets not interview him. So maybe the Jets go after it. Mike Vrabel, officially a New England Patriot. He got announced today as the next Patriots head coach. So the Jets are next to figure out who's next, bring it in. Hit that like button, everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning into the channel. Much love to everybody. This has been a crazy week of football, man. Wildcard weekend. And I also have a really big announcement personally that I feel like I want to let you guys know about. I didn't even post it on social media yet. So this is my first time I'm announcing it to you all before I announce it on social media. Some of you guys already know. We were talking about it on Roundtable, but it's a big deal, and I definitely want to share this with you all, because without your guys' support, this isn't possible. I'm literally about to post this on socials right now. But basically, what's happening is me, myself, TD Finstock, Dan Mitchell, and Colby, we're going to the Super Bowl. Roundtable Sports has been credentialed. It's been credentialed by the NFL, approved. Now, what this means is we are an official media company that the NFL views as credential worthy. This is massive. I don't even know, this doesn't even make sense in my brain yet. I'm still trying to fathom how we got here, personally. But listen, man, this is a big deal, and I'm really fortunate to have you guys support me. You guys support what I do, because this is pretty freaking cool. It's pretty freaking cool, and I just want to let you guys know, without all you supporting me, none of this is possible. So we're going to the Super Bowl, man. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're not going to be at the game, but we'll be at all the media stuff leading into it, and we're going to try to interview as many people as I can, make as many connections as possible. This is what Roundtable Sports is all about. We're trying to build a legit network, and now the NFL recognizes the Roundtable Sports, and we're literally going to the freaking Super Bowl. I mean, this is like a childhood dream for me. And I used to think that getting credentials like this requires getting a job at ESPN or some type of network, but I'm living my dream through a network that I built myself with my awesome business partners. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very humbled, and this is the beginning of something special. I'm about to post this on socials literally right now to make the official announcement, but I wanted to make the announcement with you guys first here before I make the announcement on social media. So we shall see. Roundtable Sports better than ESPN, FS1. That's funny. We're going to see a lot of those guys there, I'm sure. So we're going to make some connections. It's going to be a great time. I don't even know what to expect. And by the way, I'm also going to the Senior Bowl a week before. So we got the Senior Bowl in Alabama, and then the week after, I'm going to New Orleans. Your boy's on the road. I'm on the road, and I'm doing everything in my power to build myself up to be an actual presence in this NFL media space. And it's because of you guys. I've been grinding. I've been putting my all into this for years and years and years. And I'm very fortunate to have you guys all supporting me and what I do. Dan Mitchell, TD Fins Talk, Colby has been such a big help to what we're building, of course, at Roundtable Sports. And it's a joy, man. Lee says Roundtable Sports is honestly better than all the other networks who are only doing it for the money. Man, I appreciate that. Super Bowl tickets should have been included. Yeah, I was thinking, Paul, I'm like, you know what? We're going to New Orleans. Let's go to the Super Bowl while we're there. I look up the ticket prices. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be worth it. I mean, the cheapest ticket for the Super Bowl is like $6,500. I was like, damn, $6,500. Maybe one day we'll get access to the Super Bowl. Some media members get access to the actual Super Bowl, but we're not there yet. All right, we're just getting started, bro. Man, thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, Ray, for the congratulations. Thank you all. Super Bowl media. Roundtable's better than ESPN. Hey, man, not yet. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, JT. Thank you, Christian. Thank you to everybody that supports us at Roundtable Sports, man. It's gonna be wild. I gotta get professional. We're gonna be buttoned up and be like, hey, I'm corporate now. Nah, man, I'm not changing. I'm not letting this change who I am. I'm going to be 100% authentic to myself and Richie Melora and protect my energy and keep it going. All right? So with that being said, let's get into some stuff. How do you all feel about the potential pairing of Aaron Glenn and Chris Spielman? How do you feel about the potential pairing of Brian Flores and Ryan Grigson? Right? There's a lot of potential options. All right? Right? I'm trying to see something. There's a lot. I hope you guys hire Glenn or McCarthy. I don't want Flores. I don't want to lose Flores. Yeah, Flores is a guy I'd absolutely love. I love it. Aaron Glenn, send it. Sign me up. Kid. Thank you, Mike D. Appreciate you, brother. Did you see Mike Tannenbaum's report on Jake? No, I did not. Zachary, what was that? Where can I find that? Jake Asman posted it or something? I've been so busy, bro. It's been hard to, keep up with everything, to be honest with you. Was it the Mike Tomlin one? Mike Tomlin's another name that, after the Pittsburgh Steelers lost, people are speculating him coming to the Jets. No shot. No shot, bro. I don't see that happening whatsoever. I just don't see it. I also don't see Mike McCarthy coming here, personally. Do you guys think Mike McCarthy has a chance to come here? I mean, I think the Jets could be interested, but nah, I don't see it. So, folks, this show is being powered and brought to you by BetUS. Let's see the odds for tonight's game. We got Vikings, right? We got Vikings and Rams tonight. The Vikings are 2-point favorites on the road, all right? Pretty cool stuff that you have the Vikings road favorites. This is in a neutral site, though, because it's going to be in Arizona. Thoughts and prayers goes out to Los Angeles fires, man. I got family over there, and it's devastating to see what's happening. Absolutely, thoughts and prayers goes to all the people affected by the wildfires. Sam Darnold's this is his moment. This is Sam Darnold's moment, man. If he does not step up in this game and win and play good, I don't think he's going to get paid the money he wants. Right? No one's going to look at Sam seriously if he turns into a pumpkin back-to-back games in the biggest games of his life. So I got the Vikings winning and advancing to the divisional round, and they'll take on the Eagles. So go check out BetUS, folks, the number one online sportsbook. Up to $2,000 you can bet. All right? Shout out to BetUS as always. I feel like there's so much to get into, so much to break down. Big shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit the like button. We're going to be live on the Huddle in a little bit to kind of talk about the latest around the league, How about the wild card weekend that we saw? I mean, the Texans upsetting the Chargers. Unbelievable game. We have the Ravens defeating the Steelers, which we all expected. At least I did. The Bills plummeting the Broncos in the second half. How about Bo Nix starting off the game? Bo Nix? Deep touchdown? Broncos upset? No. Didn't score again. 31 unanswered for Buffalo. 31 unanswered for Buffalo. And then how about Washington, bro? Why can't the Jets be the Commanders? I'm going to give you guys a fun fact, and I went on Twitter last night to say this. There's been 2 years in a row where the team that picked second overall, that picked the quarterback, won a playoff game. 2 years ago, it was Houston. They had a rookie head coach, DeMeco Ryans, and a rookie quarterback. They won a playoff game. Now this year, rookie quarterback, first-year head coach. I know Dan Quinn is not a rookie head coach, but it is his first season in Washington. They won a playoff game. The New York Jets had the same formula. We had Robert Saleh, and we drafted Zach Wilson, new head coach, rookie quarterback, and we did nothing with it. It's wild, bro. You see some other teams with the same formula succeed, and the Jets don't. Now, of course, there's context to add to it. Different roster, different ownership, blah, blah, blah. Different quarterback. But it's just so ridiculous. You see these teams succeed. And I feel like some people are forgetting a big reason why Washington's good. The owner changed. And people want to give all the credit. Well, they got a quarterback now. Yeah, of course, the quarterback is a big deal. But the ownership changed, and the ownership hired the right people, hired the right GM, hired the right coaching staff, and they stepped away, and they let them do their job. That's a successful culture. That's what the New York Jets need. And Woody Johnson has a chance to become a great owner right in this cycle. I'm giving you another chance, Woody Johnson. I will forget all the stuff you've done. If you hire the right person for the job at GM and head coach, and you become hands-off, I will be the first person to give you the credit and say, yes, you were toxic, you were bad, but now you deserve your credit. I will be the first one to give Woody Johnson the credit if he gets the right people in the house. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know if he will. I know people don't have any confidence in that to happen. I get it. We are living in fear, but we can only dream. We can only dream. So we'll see, bro. We'll see. What's Mike McCarthy's specialty? Defense? No, he's an offensive mind. I mean, Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl winning coach with Aaron Rodgers, and then the Packers moved on from him, goes to Dallas, wins in the regular season, fails in the postseason. They failed to go to the postseason this year. I mean, Mike McCarthy's not a terrible coach. He's good, but he's not great. Right? We want to find greatness at the coaching position. And it's hard to do that. Very hard to do that. Mike McCarthy has probably the best resume out of all the guys in terms of like success in this league. But I don't know. The Jets also were potentially going to hire him instead of Adam Gase. But they hired Gase. Right? They hired Adam Gase over Mike McCarthy. The rest is history. The Jets fire Gase 2 years. We go to Saleh. So Mike McCarthy, I think he went to the playoffs 4 times with Dallas. Did he even win a playoff game? Maybe one. I'm not even sure. So Mike McCarthy is a hot name now that has entered the conversations. I think he's going to land in New Orleans or Chicago even would be a good destination for him with Caleb Williams. Go back to your division rival, former division rival in Chicago. Interesting stuff. But my prediction is going to be Aaron Glenn to the Jets. And another prediction is Brian Flores, right? There's a lot of guys you can argue. Richie, can you give some light on why in the world does Hackett still have a job? He's not going to be here next year, I assume. I mean, we haven't made any firings because we're about to hire all the new guys. I mean, right? There hasn't been news of Nathaniel Hackett being fired or anything. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry. If we hired McCarthy, we would still have Darnold. That's an interesting... Wow. So if we hired Mike McCarthy when we had Sam Darnold instead of Adam Gase in 2019, what do you think we'd be? You think we'd be successful with Sam right now, Henny? Damn. Interesting. Hypothetical scenario, alternate timeline. Jets hire Mike McCarthy instead of Adam Gase, and Sam Darnold is still a Jet. Zach Wilson would never have been a Jet. Saleh would never been a Jet. Aaron Rodgers would probably never be a Jet, unless Aaron Rodgers did come. I don't know. Interesting alternate reality there. But there's a lot of breaking news that's happening around the NFL. I've been standing all day, so I'm going to lower my desk and sit. I think I deserve to sit. Oh, boy. You get to work from home. You love it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Been working all day for you guys, and now we're live. I think this pocket is going to be my usual time. I was reading before. I got the book over there playing. Oh, boy. The Jets got a long way to go. This is going to be an interesting offseason. Sauce wouldn't be a Jet. Yeah, a lot. There's a lot of alternate realities. Aaron Glenn is a leader of men, key part of culture change in Detroit. Yeah, he's my favorite, man. Are you a Lions fan? I'm assuming you are. SW Lion 26. Sauce wouldn't be a Jet. Nope. McCarthy developed Rodgers. Yeah, he did. Mike McCarthy was a big key part in Aaron Rodgers becoming Aaron Rodgers. Right? Nothing better than working from home. My boy JT, you know it. Before things get crazy, let's hire our GM and hire Aaron Glenn before we end up with some bum. Oh, boy. Who is that bum? Who do you think the bum will be? No, Favre developed Rodgers. No, he did not, Antonio. Did you watch the documentary of Aaron Rodgers? Because if you watch the documentary, you would give Brett Favre no credit. Brett Favre literally said when Aaron Rodgers was drafted in a press conference, I don't see my contract where I have to mentor Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre was not a mentor. Aaron Rodgers learned from Brett Favre from afar because Brett Favre never took on the mentorship role. So did Aaron Rodgers benefit from sitting behind Brett Favre? Absolutely, but don't make it seem like Favre developed Rodgers because he didn't. Brett Favre did not hands-on do that. It was good for Aaron to sit for 3 years and watch him go to work, but Favre did not develop Rodgers. I think we announced the GM this week. I agree. Favre never wanted to chill with him outside the locker room, too. Yeah, absolutely. Do you see Rodgers staying with any of these coaches? Yeah, I mean, there's so many opportunities out there. I mean, based off of seeing what Aaron Rodgers looked like after the last game, it seemed like he thought that was his last game with the Jets. I don't know. Anything can happen. He could come back. Aaron already said Favre did not teach him. Yeah, I know. I'm just educating that guy who said that. Give me Spielman and Glenn. Spielman would be an interesting one. McCarthy would have developed Darnold, in my opinion. Me too. I agree, Sarah. I agree. I really think that would have been a good one. What GM do you want, Richie? I mean, Chris Spielman with Aaron Glenn makes sense. I want our head coach and GM to be on the same page. I think Chris Spielman's an interesting name. Alec Hallaby is a guy I like because of his resume. Intrigues me. Mike Greenberg. Ryan Grigson is a name that I feel like is polarizing because he's known for failing Andrew Luck. He's with Minnesota right now. If the Jets hire Brian Flores, that's going to be the GM pairing, Brian Grigson and Flores. Louis Riddick, I just don't see the Jets hiring him. I wonder if Aaron Rodgers could go to the Steelers. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see Rodgers going to Pittsburgh and watch him win a Super Bowl and beat the Jets in the playoffs. Imagine in a world where the Jets somehow figured out they win next year. I know, haha, you're delusional, Richie, but hear me out. The Jets go to the playoffs next year, and we face the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers on that team, and he beats us in the playoffs, and they go on to win the Super Bowl. What a crazy hypothetical that is. Oh, my God. Totally hypothetical, so please don't read too much into that. Come on. Let's go. So does McCarthy go to your top of your head coach list? He's in the top, but he's not the top candidate. I still have Aaron Glenn and Brian Flores, I think, a little bit higher. I think there's guys that Mike McCarthy is way better than that I prefer. Like, I'd prefer McCarthy over Matt Nagy, Bobby Slowick, Darren Rizzi, Arthur Smith. Yeah, but the Jets are interviewing so many guys. So many guys. You think we hire a head coach before or after the Senior Bowl? I think we'll have a head coach by that. Spielman of football operations, Agnew GM, Glenn head coach. I love this, bro. I love this. We haven't interviewed or even requested an interview with Ray Agnew, which I don't understand why. Right? So, what separates Glenn from Saleh? Glenn has ties to the Jets organization. He's a former player. Saleh was not. So he sees the game from a player's perspective. Successful player, that is, with the Jets. He turned an organization around. I know Saleh was part of the turnaround in San Francisco with that defense, but he also proved to be able to coach with injuries. I know that there's some similarities there, but I feel also Glenn comes from scouting. He's a former player, was brought up in scouting with the Jets, so there is differences. Yeah, now with Vrabel gone, I think Glenn should be our guy. He comes from a great culture. I agree. Sarah says, hear me out. Grigson, Flores, McCown, and McCown brings Darnold with him back to the Jets. I mean, Sarah, don't get me excited now, Sarah. Come on. You're speaking my language. You're speaking my language. I would love this. Ryan Grigson, Brian Flores, Josh McCown, Sam Darnold. We going to the Super Bowl. Nah, I mean, I said this exact hypothetical before, Sarah, so you're speaking my language here. I like that. I like it. Surprised no one has requested interviews with Eagles OC Kellen Moore. Yeah, I'm happy the Jets did not. Darnold would never step foot in Florham Park again, unfortunately. Yeah, he probably won't. But would he not? If it's with Josh McCown? What a story that would be, bro. Oh, my God. What a story that would be. What a full circle moment that would be. Sarah, see what you did? See what you did to me? Now I'm living that reality in my brain, and now I'm depressed because it's not happening. There's no reason to compare Glenn and Saleh other than they were both defensive coordinators. Glenn is a different kind of dude. He could handle New York unlike Saleh. Yeah, I think Glenn understands New York. He's been in New York. He's drafted here, played here for 8 years, understands what it means. I'm still not sold on Darnold. Yeah, tonight is where you can really see who Darnold is. You're gonna see the true Sam Darnold tonight. We are. I always say stars are born in the postseason. And last week, you could argue that Vikings-Lions game was a playoff game, and he folded. And now he's going to go up against a struggling secondary with a good pass rush in the Rams and the playoffs. Deion going to Dallas. I'm pretty sure Deion Sanders said the only way he goes into the NFL is if he coaches his sons. So unless Dallas can figure out a way to draft Shooter Sanders. Oh, I didn't do my yoga today, so I'm a little tight. I'm a little tight right now. I got to stretch. Yeah, Deion to Dallas would be sick. Come on now. What do you guys think? Deion Sanders to Dallas? Bill Belichick wanted to Dallas, but now he's stuck in college. Aaron Glenn was a starter and a captain on a 1-15 team that Bill Parcells had in the AFC Championship game in 2 seasons. He's built to turn this thing around. Sold. I'm sold. I already was sold before this comment. Now I'm sold even more. Are we still interviewing Arthur Smith, Advance, Joseph, DC? Yeah, I think so. Jets fan, if Louis Riddick was offered Jets GM, would he even take it? He would not have interviewed with the Jets if he wouldn't take the job. That's how I look at it. There's no way you go to an interview without being interested in taking it. It was a playoff game in reality, a very meaningful game. Yeah, I think last week was a playoff game. But Sam has a chance tonight to rewrite, make up for it. If Sam balls tonight, 4 touchdowns, then, he's built for the moment. But I don't know if he'll actually do that. Run, don't walk to hire McCarthy. So there's some people that want Mike McCarthy on the Jets. Would you guys want Mike McCarthy here? McCown is a QB. McCown be a Jets QB coach. 100%. I mean, would McCown be a great OC? I think so. I feel like Josh McCown would be an interesting name, man. Very, very interesting name. So, we'll see. Louis Riddick knew Sam was talented and Zach was trash. He tweeted about it. Hire him! If you fail a GM job, you can't be on TV. Jelani Crawford wants Flores. Yeah. We'll see, man. There's a lot of people speculating. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, look at the laundry list of people that the Jets are bringing. Ain't it tiresome? I want this man right here, though. This is who I want. Give me Aaron Glenn. Oh, my God. If we get Aaron Glenn, your boy's going to be pumped. I'm going to be a happy man if it's Aaron Glenn. I'm going to be a happy man if it's Aaron Glenn. Do you think we get Flores or Glenn or neither? I hope either one, yeah. Truthers want McCarthy. Dumb. Richie, who are the Jets going to trade for? Their wide receiver, number 2, because Gibson doesn't belong on the field. Flores. Good question. I think the Jets are going to draft a draft a wide receiver. They could also bring one in free agency. The question is Devontae coming back? Lazard's gone. So, interesting. V-Man is a Glenn guy. V-Man. We wanted solid, too. Don't let him leave the building. Yeah. Henny, don't forget that. Let's forget that. Let's just forget it. In the first round, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's definitely an option for the Jets to go wide receiver in the first round. I mean, I know the draft, but I haven't even got into who the Jets are going to get in the draft yet. I'm still in, let's get our GM, see what type of mindset he's bringing before we talk about the next GM, if you want to go wide receiver, there's an option right here. McMillan. We need Josh McCown for OC. He can groom a quarterback. I would love Josh McCown as an offensive coordinator. He's built to be an offensive coordinator. He really is. You know how many successful former quarterbacks turn into great coaches? Josh McCown, I think, is going to be a head coach in this league, man. I really, really do. Hey, maybe the Jets hire him. Probably not. All right, folks. I'm going to have to wrap up the show here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to be live on the Huddle, BetUS TV, in 20 minutes, talking about all things in the Super Wildcard weekend. Make sure you guys come check out Wake Up and Ball every weekday morning. And I'm live all across the world, it feels like. I'm everywhere, man. So here is the Huddle. I'll put the link in the chat for those that want to come through. The Huddle Show, live, 3 p.m. every freaking day during the week, all right? We talk all things NFL, Super Wildcard Weekend reaction. It's going to be a great time. Make sure you guys come through. The link is right here in the chat. That's live at 3 p.m. EST, all right? I'll see you guys over there. Appreciate everybody tuning into the channel as always. Much love to Jets Nation. Thank you all so much for all the support. Shout out to BetUS, as always, for sponsoring the show. And another big thank you to everybody that made this right here possible. I'm about to tweet this out and announce it on socials. So, yeah, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'll see you guys later. Peace.